Have you been struggling to beat Minecraft and don't know what to do? Well, I can show you how to beat the game in case you are new to Minecraft. So, without further ado, what is Minecraft? Minecraft, it's a block game, and the goal is to beat the Ender Dragon. Well, the game will end once you beat the Ender Dragon because, well, it is a sandbox game. When you typically, for most gamers, when you defeat the Ender Dragon, that's the end of the game. First thing you want to do, you spawn into a new world, would be getting some materials. Chop down some trees for some wood, some wooden tools, whether that's an axe, pickaxe, just something that lets you progress. Um, as I do here. And then make sure you get some stone tools afterwards. After you kind of have your basic tools, whether that's wood or stone, next thing you want to do is get some food. And there's a couple ways you can do this. Since I spawn next to a village, I didn't really have to worry about food. I I just went over to the village and started destroying hay bales. And my food situation was sorted. If there's not a village nearby, you can just kill some animals, whether that's cows, pigs, chickens. Another option is you could start a farm. However, a farm really is time consuming and it's not worth it. Just kill some animals. Once you have your basic tools down and your food situation, you want to go mining to get better gear, whether that's typically you're going to get iron armor, iron tools, whether that's a shield or a bucket. This is also you can survive the bosses coming in, the Ender Dragon or the Nether during the later stages of the game. After you have your basic tools, your basic iron tools, and a water bucket, you can make a nether portal. Couple ways you can do this. You can either go to a lava pool with your water bucket and just uh, build a nether portal that way, or you could go mining a little bit deeper in the caves and get yourself a diamond pickaxe after mining some diamonds and just break some obsidian. Obsidian is made when water is on top of lava, and you can just place obsidian that way. Before you are able to light it, you do need a flint and steel, which is made with one iron and one flint. Flint is something you get from gravel, so that's why I kind of had to run around and get some flint in my playthrough. Then you can just light your portal. Portal. Once you've completed your portal, it's time for the next quote-unquote section of the game, the Nether. The main reasons why you travel to the Nether is to get Ender Pearls by killing Endermen and Blaze Rods, which you get from killing Blaze. These components, when combined, will allow you to locate the structure that the Ender Dragon is in. Simple enough. So, first thing you want to do when you get into the Nether would be to locate a fortress. It's going to be a big black structure, and that's where your blazes are going to spawn. And once you're there, you want to try to locate a blaze spawner. Not that difficult. Once you do, you want to get at least 10 blaze rods so you don't run out. Because if you get too little, there's a chance you might not have enough and you have to go back. So at least 10 is a good safe number. You get your blaze pearls. There's a couple ways you can get ender pearls. One of the ways is to go to a warped forest and kill endermen using a boat and an axe. Pretty simple. The other option is to barter with piglins. Not that bad of an idea. However, it does, one, require a lot of gold, and two, they're not guaranteed to give you ender pearls. It's like a percentage thing. And in order for you to get like your 16 pearls that you would need, you're gonna have to give them a lot of gold, whether that's like a couple stacks of gold ingots, which you can get by looting one of the bastions if you happen to run into those. So not a terrible option if you just can't find a warped forest. Once you get at least 16 ender pearls, next thing you want to do is return to the overworld. Pretty self-explanatory, but you gotta kind of remember where you came from. Might be a little difficult for some. Really shouldn't be that hard. Now that you have acquired the materials to locate the end, the home of the Ender Dragon, you can start doing some preparations for your fight against it. This is optional. However, if you're struggling to beat the game before this, this is highly recommended. What you want to do to prepare the fight, you want to get better tools and better armor. So what I like to do is I like to go mining for diamonds, which is just deeper than the iron. Um, it's going to be in deep slate rather than stone. It's a very obvious texture change, and you'll very easily spot it. The deeper you go, the higher chance it is of diamonds. Reason why you want diamonds is for diamond tools, diamond armor, just better defense, better attack. Very basic stuff. Additionally, before another tool you want to get before you go to the end is bow and arrows. This will allow you to just take out a mob that we're going to get to later a lot easier. So make sure you get your bow and arrow. Bow is made with some string. You get string from spiders and sticks. Pretty basic. Arrows, flint, feathers, and sticks. Pretty basic. Just make sure you have those, or you can trade for them. Whatever's easiest. Additionally, you want something to break your fall. You can water bucket clutch or boat clutch if you're very skilled, but then again, you were struggling to beat Minecraft or new to Minecraft, so probably not for you. What I like to do is I like to create slow falling potions. And the way you do this is you put a nether wart into the brewing stand, followed by phantom membranes. You get them from phantoms, as seen here. And then boom, you've got your slow falling potions. Pretty simple. Negates all fall damage, so you don't really have to worry about that. Next thing you want to do is you want to get a couple stacks of blocks. It can be any blocks, as long as you don't really mind like using them. The way you can do that is you can shear some trees. Shears are just two pieces of iron diagonally. You get shears, and you get like a stack and a half of leaves from like half a thing a shear. It's pretty nice. Or it can be dirt. Doesn't really matter. It's just a pain to mine all the blocks in the end because it takes really long. Then after you get your blocks, next thing you want to do is you want to locate the portal or the stronghold, either one. What you're going to do is you're going to combine your ender pearls with blaze powder. That's going to get you your eyes of ender. If you have those, you're going to put them in your hotbar, right click on your eyes of ender, and it's going to point in the direction. It's going to like go up and point in the direction of the stronghold. Afterward, you keep going, and every like 500 blocks or so, you throw an eye, and then and that'll just keep pointing you in the direction of stronghold. If you pass it, it'll be behind you, so just like turn around if you're like confused and you didn't see the eye. But once the eyes start going downward, like into the ground, then you know to dig down. And then once you dig down, you're in the stronghold. Then you're going to do a little bit of navigating to find the portal room. But once you found the portal, if you're playing on a difficulty other than hardcore, you can set spawn in the portal room. So if you die, you can run back and get your stuff before it despawns. With that out of the way, you can now begin your fight with the Ender Dragon. The way that you set your spawn would be to place a bed and just right click on it. That's a pretty simple way of setting your spawn. Otherwise, you're going to spawn in where you did in the beginning of the game. Not too crazy, nothing crazy. once you get in the end, first thing you're going to want to do is break the crystals. You can do this a couple ways. You can either shoot them with your bow or tower up and break them with your sword. Either way works as long as you break them, because if not, the Ender Dragon will keep on regenerating faster than you can deal it damage. Afterward, just kill the Ender Dragon. Shoot it, hit it with a sword. It's pretty simple. Just make sure you don't die in the process. Like, it's boss fighting. What do you want from me? And then once you defeat it, you can just go through the portal. The little bedrock fountain should change. It's pretty obvious what it looks like just beneath the Ender Dragon where it dies. You can go through the portal. I, in this case, use beds. If you do use beds, they will explode. They do crazy amounts of damage, which is good against Ender Dragon. However, if you stand too close, you will die. So be careful with beds. And that's that is how to beat the Ender Dragon. With that being said, that is all there is on this video. If you found this video helpful, make sure to smash that subscribe button and follow me for more videos like this one.